everyone. So I'm sorry I didn't really get a lot of videos. I was, very tired. But and I got a video game. So today I'm gonna be teaching about Jesus's riddles. Jesus does a lot of riddles, and they're all so cool. But all of them, some people don't really know. So I'm gonna be teaching them about. I'm gonna be teaching you guys about it. I'm gonna be going. The first one is gonna be, John chapter 3, verse 4 through 8. And so, John chapter 3, verse 4 is when Jesus said to Nicodemus. Nicodemus said, "But if a man is already old, how can he be born again?" Because Jesus told him that you have to be born again to enter God's kingdom. So he said, "How can he be born again?" He was confused. And Jesus said it was a riddle. This is what his riddle was. "I tell you the truth, unless you are born again, you cannot be in God's kingdom." So if you have to be born again in your spiritual life, you can't be born again in your flesh. You have to be born in your spiritual life. See, that's the key right there. The next one is going to be John 2:19-21, verse 21. And what John says is, he went in the temple, and so that's when Jesus saw all the people, and then they were exchanging money, selling cattle, sheep, and that's what I don't know if you know, but they're in Revelations. If you want to, you can go to Revelations chapter 2, and then I don't know where it ends, but the 7 churches. That's exactly what the 7 churches did. But there was one church that was actually holy. But the other churches, they were all really bad. Okay. So this is an example, basically. The temple was an example of all the churches that in Revelations. You can read it if you want. And yeah. And so Jesus said, it says in the scriptures, my strong love for the temple completely controls me. So that's why Jesus went, crazy. But and so so Jesus said, "Destroy this temple and I will build it again in 3 days." That was his riddle. And the answer basically is that the temple that Jesus was talking about, it was his body, because Jesus, all of our bodies are basically temples. So we all have our own temples basically, and yeah. And so the next one is going to be actually John 4:10. That's the riddle. And then the answer is 14. Okay, so let's read it together. Jesus said, "You don't know what God..." Jesus is talking to the Samaritan woman. You don't know what God gives, and you don't know who asked you for a drink. If you knew, you would have asked me, and I would give you living water." You see, she was so confused. It was so funny. But the answer, he says, "Every person who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give will never be thirsty again. The water I give became a spring of water flowing inside him. It will give him eternal life." So basically, us worshiping God and all that kind of stuff and reading the Bible is basically, and praying is like water, clean water. Like there's like a river in us. A clean water, it flows in. And basically, like if we keep doing that, basically like a tree's growing through us. A tree growing through our river, basically. A tree growing by a river. It says something like that in the Bible. So, yeah, so in the next one, this is the last one, and it is Psalms 21, verse 1. I think everybody knows this riddle, but I don't think Jesus said it. I forgot. You are my shepherd, you are my shepherd. So basically Jesus is saying, or I don't know who said it. So basically it's saying that Jesus is basically our shepherd, and we're basically the sheep. So if if any of the sheep goes away, basically like goes out of the fence, like escapes, that's basically the person that doesn't follow Jesus or something, and that Jesus, but he was gonna lure them back. So yeah, that's it. But just one more thing. God is creating an army. So God is basically creating a huge army that so that we can defeat the devil and that everyone's gonna go to heaven if you believe in Jesus and if you accept his teaching. Thank you for watching this today, and I love you guys. Subscribe, view, whatever it's called, and bye.